if you have someone on your side that knows how to read the tax law, knows how to make sure that the tax law is on your favor, like how to utilize it, how to take advantage of it. For example, if you want to take home office deduction, a lot of people take home office deduction. Of course, if you are a business owner and working from home, they take it randomly. They don't really plan for it. Meaning, they might be using a place in their home and they take that deduction. But then they do not follow all the rules for that. Maybe they have something that's gonna make them lose that deduction if they were get audited. This is when a business tax plan or a tax plan in general will be there for you. When you have a tax advisor on your side, advocating for you, guiding you on how to make sure if you were audited, not to ever lose this deduction. Because you know what happens when you lose a deduction if you got audited? You will have to pay back those taxes plus penalties plus interest. And oh, why did you take that deduction in the first place? Right? So I don't want you to get there. I don't want you to lose those deductions. I want you to make sure you're taking advantage of every single deduction. So today we are already August 5th as we are recording today. I probably will we are still in August by the time this episode will go out. And since we are in August, there's few things happening in September around taxes. If you did not file your taxes back on in March and April, you probably did an extension. And for those of you who are wondering, there is no tax day in March. Yes, there is. For those of you business owners who have who has sorry, a multi-member LLC, partnership, or S Corp. All of you guys have to file your tax returns by March 15th of every year because you need to have those K1s that this is the result, this is the W-2 of the business owners that you get that and you file your personal tax returns, which is due on April 15th. So if you had that March 15 deadline then and you made an extension, then you get 6 month extension, which means your next deadline is September 15. So if you haven't filed your S Corp or partnership tax return, and when I say partnership, I mean partnership or multi-member LLC, both considered partnerships. So you file the same form. So you have to file by September 15. No, there is no further extension. So if you're not ready, you're going to get penalized because simply there's no further extension. They're not going to allow any other extension. So the penalty for that is really, really high. You know how much is that? It's 220 per month per partner or 220 per month per shareholder. And I know accountants and attorneys will understand what I mean, like partner or shareholders. You don't have to worry about it today. I'll tell you about it more in another day, okay? But now what you have to worry about is the penalty is the same, whether it's an S corp, whether it's a partnership. 220 per month per partner. So if you are a solo, you don't have a partner, so that's it. 220 per month. If you have one partner, so you are two, then it's 440 per month. If you have three partners, like so three of you, then what? It is 660 and so on. So you keep adding 220 per partner and then multiply it for how many months are you late. And this penalty, they're not gonna they're not gonna forget it. Them they will make sure they will send you that. And guess what? Guess what? You're gonna have to pay it, especially if this is not your first time. They might allow you to avoid the first time, but you cannot avoid it over and over. So if you already were forgiven for one, they're not gonna forgive you again. You will have to pay it. And our goal is really to make you pay the less amount of taxes, only your fair share of taxes, not more than that. And if you're not ready, unfortunately, now you're paying not only taxes, not your fair share, plus maybe if you are, it depends on who you are using to do your taxes, or if you're doing it alone, maybe you're paying extra just because you're not doing it the right way, plus the penalties. Who wants to do that? What can you do with this money that now you will have to pay for penalties? What can you do with that? Tell me. I'm sure you could probably pay yourself, maybe because some of you do not pay themselves. Maybe you could invest in marketing. Maybe you could invest in anything. I don't know. Like you tell me your business. Maybe you can purchase a new equipment. Maybe you can pay for ads so you can get more leads, more clients. You can do tons of things as a business owners. But if you are not doing this right, if you are not doing your taxes on time, then you will be doing paying this penalty. Now, I hope that you guys who are listening to me, you did not wait for the extension and you already filed back on March 15 or maybe later, but you filed by now because this is the time we plan or we plan all year round, but if you haven't done the planning yet, you want to start now. You plan, you architect your tax bill for next year, which is for 2025 for this year, but when we do it next year. So this is the time to architect that bill. And I can help you architect that legally. Legally, will avoid the taxes that you do not have to pay because we know the tax law that I'm an enrolled agent and this is what I know. I'm studying tax law all day long, every day. I have experience with so many clients. I talk to tax attorneys. I talk to other tax professionals. I gig out on the IRS website and all these workshops and learning to make sure I'm up to date with the strategies to make sure I can help you best. So don't delay. If you did not file your taxes yet, go ahead and file them. And you can simply connect with me at nourasbooks.com/contact or call my office at 312-741-1978. 312-471, oh, 741, sorry, 741-1978. So simply call the office or book a call at nourasbooks.com/contact, and I'll be happy to help you either with filing your taxes or maybe to start your tax plan so we can make sure we know how much exactly you're going to get for your taxes. This is your host, Noura Masri, and this is Echoes of Impact with Noura. We'll be right back.